Well, you have certainly heard the voice of our next guest, as she has spent the past 3 decades bringing to life one of television's most iconic characters. Take a listen.
Cool. Personalized plates. Barclay, Barry, Bert, Bort. Oh, come on, Bort?
Nancy Cartwright is the unlikely source behind the voice of Bart Simpson, and in her new audiobook, I'm Still a 10-Year-Old Boy, she pulls back the curtain on her career and shares the many lessons that she learned along the way. Nancy Cartwright, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Hi, Lindsay. Thanks for having me.
So the famed show The Simpsons has undoubtedly earned its place in TV history as the longest-running scripted show with more than 30 years on the air. What's it like to be a part of a show that's such an American institution?
It's just, it just continues to wow and amaze me, to be honest with you. 30 plus years, like we're moving into come March, we will move into recording season 33, and that's crazy.
Wow.
Nobody else has done that.
But when you were looking to be the voice of a 10-year-old boy, or how did that actually happen? Because it seems like they might have tried to cast somebody who was a male and tried to cast somebody who was very young. And I'm just curious how you ended up kind of being a part of that.
Yeah. No, it was, I was told about the audition. They were looking for somebody to play the voice of an 8-year-old middle child, which we know now is Lisa Simpson. So it wasn't really a show. They told me it was just these little vignettes that connected the show to the commercials, and then back again from the commercial back into the Tracy Ullman show. And I showed up, but there on the table was the audition piece for Lisa Simpson. But next to it was a picture of Bart, and he was described as a 10-year-old school-hating underachiever and proud of it. And it's just like, oh, you have my heart, Bart. And I could not do Lisa. I had to do Bart. And so I went in, shook hands with Matt Groening, and I said, I know you've got me down to read for Lisa, but I want to read for Bart. Do you mind? And no, he said, no, that's fine. And blah, 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 and the rest is history.
Your original memoir came out back in 2000, and this latest release is the audiobook version with new material from the last 20 years of your life and career. So what's different for a listener who's hearing this book and not just reading it?
Well, one thing that's really different is that I've got clips from Meryl Streep and J.K. Simmons and Elizabeth Taylor, Mickey Rooney, some other celebs that have been on the show. I've got actual clips of when they guest starred on the show. And I talk about when they showed up and they, and they got behind the mic to do their characters. I also have some clips of Dawes Butler and him talking to 19-year-old Nancy Cartwright, and also me responding to him. And I'm telling you, when I came across those tapes, Lindsay, it's like, wow, I don't sound like myself. I sound like, I don't know, I don't physically, I don't sound like myself at all. But so you get that, and I go into more detail about raising 2 children and being a grandmother, and also I give some tips at the end of the book that I call 6 salient steps to successful survival. And hopefully when people listen to those simple things that you can do, like do what you love and, trust your instincts, be a professional, surround yourself with people that, respect what you do, set like a good example, and kind of along that line, trust your instincts, change is possible, that people will finish the book saying, wow, man, maybe if those were her successful actions, maybe that could help me too.
I imagine being a grandmother, you have to do the voices a lot for the friends, the grandkids' friends, no?
Actually, to be honest with you, my friends never ask me to do the voice. I'm just Nancy. And my kids were the same way. In fact, when I tried to do some voices for my kids and telling a story like, once upon a time, it'd be like, no, Mommy, no, just be Mommy.
And you mentioned some of the star-studded cast making appearances in the audiobook, like Meryl Streep, Danny DeVito, Elizabeth Taylor. Any memorable stories that stick out that you can share with us now?
Yeah, Well, one story that I have is like Anne Hathaway came in, and I just adore her. She guest starred twice on the show, and she played one of the shows. She played this assistant to Krusty the Clown, and she sings this song. And I gotta tell you, it's like when we do singing episodes, which are my favorite ones, by the way. I just love the musicals. But when Anne came in, she did not have, they hadn't written the song yet. They had, I mean, the lyrics were there, but she just made up off the top of her head the music for this song, and she sang it full out like she was just reading music. And I was so impressed. She ended up getting an Emmy for that. She was amazing.
How much of it is improv, or how much of that is improv, or you are actually reading script the whole time?
Well, you know, when we do it without the celebrities, just when we do it regular, I like to do it the way that it's written, because the writers are so amazing and they've spent all this time writing this particular script. But at some point, after you've done 3 takes, you know, 3, 4 takes, I can kind of, they're fair with me and fair with everybody else to do a little improv.
Well, very fun talking to you, Nancy Cartwright, everyone. Her book, I'm Still a 10-Year-Old Boy, is available now on Audible. I think that people are going to enjoy actually hearing your voice deliver the book more than reading it themselves. So thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you coming on.
Linsey, my pleasure. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.